And now, Sandeep and Mahi, we have one more topic is Openvpn server for Openvpn server in Azure cloud. Okay, so now I'm going to create a resource for Openvpn server, that how can I access uh, a different network through the Openvpn server, and how to connect it, how to configure it. Okay, so let's create a resource. In create a resource, go to the marketplace. In marketplace, you can search Openvpn here, like Openvpn. Yeah, Openvpn server access. As you can see, in marketplace, we have VPN server here, and we can easily deploy it. Now click on that, select create, and now I'm going to create it for a in a new resource group. Like suppose I want to create it for uh, my I'm going to create a resource group for that VPN group, VPN resource group, VPN RG group. Okay, and the virtual machine name is, I set the virtual name machine name is my VPN server. Okay, and now I'm going to select it for the now I'm going to select it for the another reason, like I want to connect with the Switzerland network. Okay, I want to connect with the Switzerland network, and I have some task related to the Switzerland network, then I select it, or you can choose any as per your requirement. Okay, now yes, everything set as default. Now I'm using, we can use the SSH or the password, so I'm using the SSH public key, and generate new public key. It will generate a public key, a name with my VPN server key. Now select the next this, everything set as default, no need to worry anything. And now select the networking, it will automatically select everything for you. Yes, and next. Okay, and now next. So now we are going to launch a OpenVPN server access, that I want to access my Switzerland network from India. Okay, so first let me show you, let me validate this. And okay, so the phone number is must be okay. Phone number is this. Download the private key. So my PEM file is downloaded. Now it initializing the deployment. Once it is completed, submitting the deployment, let it finish it, and the deployment is in process. Once it finishes, let's wait for it. Okay, so as you can see, deployment is successfully completed for the uh, OpenVPN server. And now going to configure it, go to the resources section. In resources section, first we have to copy this IP. Okay, so let's copy this IP and configure it into the any SSH client. So I am using my personal, I use the Terminus tool for my SSH client. So click on the new host, how to add host into the Terminus tool. Paste the IP here of the machine, and you can give the name, set as a label. So my VPN server, and everything set as default. Now you have to give the username, Openvpn server. Okay, so this is the by default username for now click on the key and file, select the downloaded file which is recently downloaded and go to this machine. Okay, now everything set as default. Now go to this section and my VPN server is here coming, and now try to connect with that. Okay, add and continue. So once you add and continue, there is something error in that. Let me resolve it first. So by default, username of the my VPN OpenVPN server is OpenVPN only. Now save, and that's it. Go to this one. Also, it is not able to connect. Let's close this and try it as refresh. Yes. Okay, it is still in the authentication. Let's wait for it. So as you can see, we are able to connect with that machine through the uh, through the default username is Azure user, and now everything set as default. Yes for the agreement, accept. Now select, type the yes, and you have to set everything set as default. So now I'm going to set as default. Okay, 943.443. If you want to desire your port number for the admin web UI or for the OpenVPN daemon UI, so I everything set as default because everything is file in set as default. Now please enter yes for the traffic, yes, and authentication, everything you have to set as default. Now no need to take anything. Yes, and if you have activation key, then you can enter here, but we are going to testing here, and we can easily assign two user on that particular VPN machine. So now once it is configured, let's wait for this. Now we need to uh, set password for the OpenVPN server. Okay, so let's go to the user. First check the user in the Linux machine. First go to the sudo access cd and go to the home section. In home section, let's try ls. So we have one user is here. Now we have to set password for that. Okay, now sudo, we have to set password for that, PASSWD, for reset the password for a user OpenVPN AS. Okay, now enter the password for that. Okay, sorry, this is a directory. Let's go to the once again with the upper browser and check the configuration. What is the default user for that? Yes, admin web UI and everything set as default. Yes, yes. Okay, OpenVPN is, you can organize OpenVPN. Yes. Yeah. Now we have to set the password for passwd and OpenVPN. So yeah, this is the username. We have to reset the password for that. We can set any password to this user. Now we need to enter the password for this user. Again, we have to enter the password here. Once it is set, so we are easy to open. If you want to open the admin panel for that particular machine, so we have two URL here. Let it copy and paste it into the notepad section. It is more useful, or yes, you can see. So to open the admin panel on the browser, we have to paste this URL on the browser. Let's go to this and paste the browser. As you can see, we have successfully opened the admin URL. Go to the hide advanced option and click on the proceed. So as you can see, I have a panel for the OpenVPN server, my OpenVPN server access. Now I'm going to give the username for this OpenVPN, and the password is same as I said previously. Okay, so everything I have to read and accept this. Okay, if you have activation key, you can enter it here. If you don't have, you can 2 VPN connection allowed on that particular OpenVPN server. Okay, so if you want to add some user into this, okay, if you want to manage user into this, you can manage via this. Okay, so I'm going to create a user for Sandeep right now, SANDWP, and yes, now save setting. Okay, so Sandeep is created, and now update running server. Yes, click on that. Once you click on that, we have to set password for the particular user. Now go to the more setting. In more setting, I have to set password for Sandeep. Let me add a user as a Sandeep and give password for that. If you want to assign any particular IP for that, or if any thing on that, you can assign or take the option as well. Now I'm going to save settings, and I'm going to see you the uh, show you the real scenario. Okay, so relevant component of the server has been started to activate the change made to activate the profile. Okay, so now we have two URL. First, let's check my private public IP. Let me check what is my public IP. Okay, yes, as you can see, my public IP is this, and also let it wait for the country and all the data. So okay, you can see now my public IP is this. If I want to connect with the if I want to connect with the another, sorry, if I want to connect with the my particular VPN server, so let's connect with that. First, I have to access it through the user, and let's paste this IP. Okay, so it will give me the user interface for the OpenVPN server. Now I have to enter the username and password. So the username is Sandeep and password is this. Now sign in, and we can select our platform, so which I have to use. Now I have to check for that. I'm using the Windows platform right now. I want to connect with my machine. Now select this. So it will install some packages on my machine to connect with the OpenVPN server. Now you can, once it is downloaded, you can see easily. Okay, it is downloaded successfully. Now click on the packages to install. Okay, click on the more info and run anyway. Yes, I want to run it for connect the VPN server to my. Now you can see what is my IP is this, and one more website shows the location of the particular web IP. Okay, so as you can see, my location is right now is this one. Okay, UP at Raleigh, and I don't know why it states the name. Okay, now once it is, yes, you can see there is an icon for the OpenVPN server. Now right click on that and connect with that. Yes, click on the connect button. Now enter the host name of the server. If you have the host name, you can enter it here. If you don't have the host name, uh, we can easily connect with the file. Okay. Now click on that and go to the connect. Okay. So username is Sandeep and the password is this. So once I click on the connect button, you can see the difference of my IP address. So currently I have IP address is this. Once it is connected, yes. Allow VPN connection to using unverified profile. Yes. Okay. So yes, the VPN connection is now connected. You can see the tick option here. And once I refresh this, you can see the location of that particular IP. You can see my location is Zurich in GH and CH. Okay, if I search this thing, and ISP is also changed, Microsoft Corporation, and also IP address is changed. So the location is this. So that's why I use this to connect with the particular browser. I agree. And you can see Zurich is a state in German. Okay, and the capital of this. Now I'm connected with the Europe. Yes, you can see Zurich, Switzerland. Now I'm connected with the Switzerland region. Okay, so whatever I want to search for the Switzerland, and if I have some task related to the Switzerland and for the latency purposes, so I can use this OpenVPN server. And one more thing, if I want to access the Switzerland network, or I if I want to virtually available for the Switzerland network, then I can use this OpenVPN server. Got it, Sandeep and Mahi? Do you have any question related to that?
Not not practically, but inwards. Can you explain scenario once? Not scenario, the process.
What? uh,
Not by practically. Inwards. Can you explain the process? How to make this Open VPN server configuration?
okay, so how to make the OpenVPN? Okay, first we have to go to the Azure panel, and in Azure panel we have in the marketplace OpenVPN server. Select the OpenVPN server. It is a Ubuntu based server, and by default some installation OpenVPN company install some installation on that. So select everything set as default. Only you have to connect with your machine. First you have to connect with your machine through the SSH, and then you have to accept the agreement, all the things. And in the last you have to copy these both two URLs into the notepad section. And once you got this shell, then you have to reset your password for VPN user. So as you can see, I have reset the password for VPN user. In this particular user, why I set the password? Because whenever I hit this URL, so I need a admin password or the user password for that. Okay, that's why I set it. So once I open this, I am unable to, as you can see on the browser, once I open this, once I open this, okay, I know I need a proper username and password for the particular user. That's why I set as. Okay. If I log out here, why I set the password? Because I need to log in into the admin panel if I want to create a user for that, and if I reset credential for a user. Okay. So if I want to log in as a client, suppose I am Sandeep and I want to work virtually in the Switzerland. So I connect through the uh, client URL. Suppose my developer in the Switzerland and I want to give access through the India or the Switzerland, so I can give this URL to the particular developer, so they can easily hit the login. They can easily hit the client URL on that and then access with that. Okay, then he is able to connect with that with the installation part. Got it? If I want to
Okay.
search something on that particular location, then I can search it here, and every result is related to that particular country or the VPN location. So if I write here the search, then you can see, and if I set the restaurant near me, so you can see all the restaurant is in the Zurich. Okay, got it?
Yeah, Akshay.
Okay, so yes, Sandeep and Mayu, do you have any confusion related to that we Open VPN services or the Open VPN server installation and all the things?
As of now, no. Go
Okay,
through that one.
so you have to also check out the more researches on that. So after this session, you have to search the use case of the UPN VPN server. Then you are able to understand why we use this. So basically, as per my scenario, I am in my company. There have the remote locations or the remote developers, so I can easily provide access to my users. Okay, so to provide a secure remote access, site-to-site connection to the bring networks together, or multiple network subnet gateway and servers, secure internet traffic or contact limited access. Suppose if you have one server in Azure cloud, and if you want to connect with the Switzerland location or any geo location, so you can use this for the secure connections. Okay, also. We can set the private IP of that. If, as you can see on my screen, we have VPN IPs 172 dot. Let me first click on that, and now you can see the VPN IP is 172.27.232.2. Means you can also able to connect with the uh, private subnet of that network. Got it? Is it clear, Sandeep and Mahi?
Yeah, yes, Akshay.
Okay. Okay, so do all your labs in previously which I have
Okay.
taken, and do more practices on the virtual network, because virtual network topic is almost finished and we have to move to the another topic.
By today, we have completed two topics: VM and virtual network.
Yes, today we have completed two topics. One is for the Open VPN server, and second is Bastion. How can we access the Bastion services? How can we access a virtual machine through the Bastion service? Okay,
No, no. Overall, we completed two major modules, right? First one is VM, and the second one is
virtual network.
virtual network.
Yes, overall we completed two modules in the particular sessions. Okay,